So I'm the principal of Panther Lake Elementary School, a high-impact K-6 school with about 660 students that represent 75% free and reduced lunch, 34% ELL, 27 languages in that, and Kent is the fourth largest district in the state of Washington and one of the most diverse. Our TPEP journey started probably a lot like yours, lots of questions, a little bit of panic, but we got together and formed our steering committee, and this collaborative committee represented district leadership, building principals, and teachers, 7 members from each team. Our committee agreed that the CEL 5D Plus instructional framework was the framework to provide the common foundation we were seeking to best support teachers, professional growth, and students through teacher evaluation. Also for Kent, we were not just choosing an evaluation rubric, but more important, an instructional framework because that was something not present in our system. Of our many agreements, one of the best was the creation of building teacher leaders. We knew that this had to be in place in order to have a successful implementation and have that ongoing collaboration. So our teacher leaders had to apply and commit to learning and working side by side with their principals and go on the comprehensive evaluation. So summer of 2013, our learning journey began, and this led us to the fall, where teacher leaders also participated in the required rater agreement training with principals. I have to say this was viewed as a bit of a risk by some, because teachers would now see their principal's score. However, we felt strongly that our teacher leaders needed to have all the background knowledge for all of the work. And I have to say this served to deepen our understanding and trust between teachers and leaders, and the risk truly paid off. Now we're in year 3, and our district continues to provide training to all newly hired teachers and principals. Last spring, we also developed our CEL training and support team, a group of district leaders, principals, and teacher leaders who provide CEL training to all new hires. So that's the snapshot of our district work from the boardroom, if you will, and I tell you that's still evolving. I'm going to switch the focus a bit now and speak to you about how this has played out where it really matters, which is our classrooms and schools, and give you just one girl's version as I talk about Panther Lake. So this transition to a new instructional framework and new evaluation was something I knew I couldn't roll out one time in an August pre-service meeting and just hope everybody got it. But that ongoing PD and scaffolding would be imperative throughout the year because teachers were learning a new evaluation. We didn't want them freaking about that and student accountability. So my teacher leaders and I made an intentional decision that our framework training would be separate from our evaluation training. We felt it was critical that our conversations about teaching and learning not be clouded about this worry about evaluation, and we could be strategic around helping teachers make those connections. I also knew we could leverage systems already present in our building, our very strong PLC culture, which is a natural connection to student growth goals, a history of ongoing PD throughout the year, and a culture of always learning. So in year 1, though not everyone was evaluated on CEL, our PD for all staff focused on learning and implementing the framework, constantly connecting that back to our initiatives. And we implemented separate monthly learning modules around evaluation to guide and support teachers throughout each part of TPEP throughout the school year. In year 2, we now had all teachers on either comprehensive or focused evaluation, and using staff feedback and classroom observation data, we developed our PD for the year that highlighted going deeper into the framework and continued our monthly evaluation support meetings. This was something our TPEP pioneers in year 1 told us we must continue. Now in year 3, we continue to provide PD, just going deeper and deeper into the framework and those monthly TPEP support meetings. Our teacher leaders have been critical to the success of this work, not only because they bring that teacher, classroom, student perspective to the PD, but they're those necessary liaisons for their peers as part of that evaluation. So really for us, the CEL and TPEP transition just became a part of that ongoing dialogue about teaching and learning, always present in our building and tied to our overarching goals that all students will meet or exceed standards. Our consistent message to our teachers has been that if you teach to the standards grounded in best practice, then your evaluation will be fine and student achievement for all students will increase. So that's the very short story of the work we're doing at Panther Lake, and we thought you might want to hear from a sampling of our staff, our most important users, and really who should be talking to you today about their experience with TPEP so far. So like always, we ask our staff to evaluate our work and our PD, and for TPEP, we also ask them to respond to this question. If you could give advice, what would you say? And this is a sampling of some of those things. Don't panic, view TPEP as an opportunity, start with your strengths, work with your PLC. Set goals. Know that we won't let you fail. I love that. Be calm. Be reflective. Understand how those indicators fit into State 8. And you know, I work in an elementary school, so there's always the hearts and the smiley faces and those things too. So for us, supporting professional growth and success was really just about integrating this work into our current initiatives and creating buy-in through the implementation and expertise of teacher leaders partnering with building leaders. We're happy to share more with you about our work in Canton at Panther Lake, and we're also looking forward to learning from you today as well. Thank you.